The news only surfaced this week that Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez had a joint meeting with Saudi boxing mogul Turki Alashik. The decision to release information on separate days was reportedly an effort to downplay reports of a brawl that occurred in Alashik's presence. Crawford had been waiting patiently to see if the Saudi boxing chief could entice Alvarez with a lucrative deal to secure their highly anticipated clash. It was only logical for all three to meet in person. The purpose of the meeting was to move beyond media speculation and engage in a genuine discussion about how to make the fight happen. However, Canelo Alvarez proved to be somewhat challenging and unrealistic in his financial demands, which frustrated Terence Crawford and led to a brief exchange of heated words between the two.
The biggest in boxing?
We're not talking about yet about the fight. Me and Turk know each other, and then we wanna see what happens.
And when do you?
As tensions were escalating, Turki Alashik stepped in to mediate. Only then did Canelo Alvarez lower his financial demands, paving the way for an agreement to become possible. This occurred shortly before the pair attended the Ring Magazine Awards in London over the weekend. Both fighters also held discussions with the influential Alashik regarding their potential clash. According to a report from renowned ESPN journalist Julius Giulianis, the pair have already reached an agreement.
Named you and Terence Crawford as one of the top 5 fights that he wants to see this year. Is that a fight that you're considering now?
We'll see. We'll see every.
He claims that the two fighters are set to meet in September in Las Vegas, following rapid progress in negotiations this weekend. Alashik himself seemed to confirm this, telling Ring Magazine, "The ring is the Bible of boxing, and we are close to seeing the white smoke on the horizon. 2025 will be a crazy year for boxing, and I mean it." Previously, Alashik had paused negotiations after hitting a deadlock with Alvarez over the fight. However, both fighters were later seen posing with Alashik, signaling that the talks had taken a positive turn.
We'll see, we want to talk about it, sit down really well and figure out something.
I know you thought he was kind of
a showdown between these two gifted fighters is one of the most highly anticipated matchups in boxing today. The potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford continues to dominate headlines, and while the fight is yet to be officially confirmed, the prospect of these two pound-for-pound titans facing off has captured the imagination of fans worldwide. Canelo last fought in September, successfully defending his unified super middleweight titles against Edgar Berlanga. Meanwhile, Crawford recently moved up to 154 pounds, defeating Israel Madrimov to claim the WBA Super Welterweight Championship.
Loads of things going around at the moment, including a big clash with Canelo Alvarez. Can you tell us what's going on in that situation, and can that happen next?
We shall see.
Speculation about the fight began shortly after Terence "Bud" Crawford dethroned WBA light middleweight champion Israel Madrimov last August, adding the 154-pound title to the 3 other weight divisions where he has captured world championships. Not long after Crawford's victory, Canelo Alvarez successfully defended his WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight titles, securing yet another dominant win in a division he has ruled since 2021.
Come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight, you know.
As both fighters prepare for what could be the biggest bout of their careers, the 39-year-old two-time undisputed champion, Terence Crawford, has already issued a bold warning to Canelo Alvarez. Taking to social media, Crawford vowed to stun the world and emerge victorious against the Mexican superstar when they finally meet in the ring. "I'm going to shock the world. Watch, the best is yet to come. I've had it in my back pocket this whole time," Crawford declared, setting the stage for a showdown that has boxing fans buzzing with anticipation.
It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'll be a well-fought.
Although Terence Crawford remains confident, the challenge ahead is monumental. He will need to move up 2 weight divisions to face the 34-year-old Canelo Alvarez, who has found immense success at super middleweight. Canelo's impressive campaign includes victories over top-tier opponents like Gennady Golovkin, Caleb Plant, and Jermall Charlo. Despite the weight disparity, the potential for this super fight continues to be a hot topic, captivating fans and fueling intense debate in the boxing world.
For us, I believe.
Any doubt in your mind that you beat him?
Of course I beat him. It ain't no doubt in my mind that I won't beat anybody that I step in the ring with.
Amir Khan, the only boxer to have faced both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, shared his unique perspective on the potential matchup in an interview with Box Nation. Khan, who fought Canelo at a catch weight of 155 pounds, highlighted the significant weight advantage Canelo would bring to the ring.
Canelo is a beast, man. I've fought both of those guys, and I feel like size always wins. There's a reason we have weight divisions, Khan explained. Terence is special, don't get me wrong, but getting hit by a guy like Canelo is a different story. Canelo Alvarez, the WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight champion, last showcased his power against Edgar Berlanga during their title fight at T-Mobile Arena on September 14, 2024, in Las Vegas, Nevada.
This is Jamel Charlo playing out.
I think Canelo just outboxes, well, no, doesn't outbox him, but I think just outpowers him and beats him to the punch. And
Amir Khan, who suffered a sixth-round stoppage loss to Canelo Alvarez, highlighted the physical challenges of facing the Mexican superstar.
What a fight that would be, though. I'll root for my boy Terence and want him to win, but it would be tough, Khan admitted. Does he need that fight? No, I don't think he does. He's achieved so much in his career, beaten everyone, and is practically untouchable, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters out there. But if it's a big payday, I understand why it would happen. Why take a risky fight for less money when you can take an incredibly tough fight for serious money? Despite the risks, Khan praised Crawford's exceptional skill, acknowledging that he has what it takes to compete at the highest level. However, he emphasized the potential dangers of such a matchup, adding, "We never want to see fighters get hurt."
As a Canelo and obviously your good friend, mentor, Terence Crawford, a lot of people a few years ago would have said that's crazy, but I think everybody, when they see the talent of Terence Crawford.
Amid growing speculation, Canelo Alvarez responded to the rumors with a brief yet intriguing message: "I'm open to talk." While his statement leaves room for interpretation, it has only intensified the excitement among boxing fans, hinting that this mega fight could be closer to becoming a reality. When they face off in September, Shakur Stevenson believes Terence Crawford will emerge victorious and can make the fight appear relatively easy. Stevenson, the WBC lightweight champion, has long asserted that Crawford has the tools to defeat Canelo.
Special fighter, pound for pound, I think many will say #1 in the world, alongside the likes of people like yourself and that great list that we've got at the minute. Is he the man to beat Canelo?
Terence Crawford, the WBA champion in the 154 pounds light middleweight division, has promised to add 14 pounds to his frame for the highly anticipated bout, which could potentially be the highest-paying day of his career. Shakur Stevenson, confident in his assessment, responded decisively when asked if he believes Crawford will win the matchup.
"I've been saying this for years now. I'm probably the first one who has been saying this even before Terence started saying it. I've always thought Crawford's style against Canelo, I think he beats Canelo," Stevenson said in an interview with TalkSport Boxing. Stevenson envisions Crawford standing toe-to-toe with Canelo Alvarez in September, trading blows. However, that scenario seems unlikely given Crawford's usual strategy when facing powerful punchers.
Yes, honestly, if anybody could jump up in weight classes and do it, it's Terence Crawford. I don't know nobody who is mentally.
He typically relies on movement, using his jab and landing shots before quickly repositioning. Crawford doesn't stay stationary or engage in relentless attacks. His aggressive performance against Errol Spence was more of an exception, largely due to Spence not being at his best following his car accident. Chris Mannix emphasized the importance of caution, stating, "It would be a little over a year, 13 months. You've got to be very careful if you're going to take a fight above 160 pounds, because it's a new weight range," on his YouTube channel. It seems unlikely that Terence Crawford will take the risk of a tune-up fight against a super middleweight before facing Canelo Alvarez in September.
As strong as Terence Crawford, so I can't wait to watch it.
Your gym's an exciting gym, you all bounce off each other, you got the likes of Keyshawn, everyone sort of mixing. That mentality in that gym, what is it, how is it different from any other gym? I've got to ask you.
If Crawford does compete in this weight class, it would likely be at a catch weight, potentially around 163 or 164 pounds, against a middleweight moving up. Possible opponents could include Aaron McKenna, Liam Smith, Austin Williams, or Kyron Davis, fighters who pose minimal threat to Crawford and are ranked lower in the middleweight division. Hall of Famer and ESPN boxing analyst Timothy Bradley Jr. strongly favors Terence Crawford in a matchup against Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Told me to study Canelo. study Crawford. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez.
Bradley took to his YouTube channel to advocate for Crawford, pointing out that everyone keeps focusing on the weight. Crawford only recently moved up from welterweight to 154 pounds, Bradley said, while Alvarez has been fighting at 168 pounds since late 2020. He added, "Oh, he's going to knock him out? When was the last time Canelo knocked someone out? It's been a while." Alvarez's last stoppage victory was against Caleb Plant in November 2021.
Yes, he is. Number 2, Devin Haney. You want to get back, man, go back to your roots, bro. Go back to where you started, bro.
Since then, Canelo has struggled to secure knockouts against established opponents like Dimitri Bivol in a loss, and a 40-year-old Gennady Golovkin. Additionally, he has gone the distance with fighters perceived to be well below his skill level, such as John Ryder, Jamie Munguia, and Edgar Berlanga. Even Jermall Charlo, naturally a junior middleweight, managed to go the distance with Canelo, though he wasn't remotely competitive against the super middleweight king. Bradley stated, "Y'all can quit with that, he's going to knock Crawford out. Come on, man." He continued, "Didn't we just see Alexander Usyk fight a guy like Tyson Fury who was quote-unquote 50 pounds heavier? Canelo's the same height as Crawford. He's not a natural 168 pounds. Usyk is a great fighter, absolutely, but you know who else is great? Crawford. The great ones know how to figure it out."
Where'd you start? You started in Mexico, man. Go back, get one of those guys out of there, man. Go back, start there. That's where you start. Go back to your roots, bro. Get some of that humble pie, bro. Go back, start where you started. Start where you started at.
Bradley pointed out Crawford's impressive 74-inch reach, which is 3.5 inches longer than Canelo's, and his ability to minimize opponents' output with his counterpunching. Alvarez is already a low-output fighter, and Bradley believes Crawford can secure a decision victory by fighting from a distance, using straight shots in between Canelo's looping hooks, and tiring him out as the fight progresses. "Don't go running away from the fight now, Canelo," Bradley said, referencing the unified super middleweight champion's apparent avoidance of David Benavidez. Mimicking Canelo's higher-pitched voice, Bradley added, "Remember what you said, easy fight, easy fight, easy fight." Though many boxing analysts share Bradley's perspective, most in the fight game believe that the size and power difference is too significant for Crawford to overcome and impose his skill.
Just with Canelo, obviously he had his fight with Edgar Berlanga announced recently. Not received necessarily a positive outcome and reaction he'd have liked. What did you make of the Canelo Berlanga?
Bradley, known for his outspoken opinions, is confident in his somewhat unpopular take. "I'm going to get back to my Haterade," he declared at the end of the video, taking a sip of his drink. The boxing world appears to be left waiting to see if a Canelo-Crawford matchup will come to fruition, which seems to be largely up to Alvarez. Crawford, who became the undisputed welterweight champion in July 2023 after stopping Errol Spence Jr. in 9 rounds, continued to make history earlier this year. He became a 4-division champion by outpointing Israel Madrimov to capture the WBA title at 154 pounds. Mexican icon Canelo has also enjoyed significant success in recent years.
But listen, I think Berlanga's a talented kid who's getting better. He's improved recently. I think he still needs more seasoning, but I see an improvement in him. He is a talented kid.
After claiming the undisputed super middleweight title in 2021, Canelo Alvarez came up short in his challenge against then WBA light heavyweight champion Dimitri Bivol. However, the 34-year-old has since bounced back with 5 consecutive wins, defeating top contenders like Gennady Golovkin, Jermall Charlo, and Edgar Berlanga along the way. Legendary boxing trainer turned analyst Teddy Atlas recently provided insight to Fight Zone TV regarding the potential megafight between the two stars, stating, "I would find it hard to go against the American southpaw. Very few people have the appetite or inclination for challenging themselves. Mr. Crawford does. I ain't never going against that guy. Father Time might catch him, but I don't know if a weight class can."
Make sure your legs are in good shape because you have to side movement.
Is that a fight you would recommend for him?
It's a tremendous challenge because Canelo Alvarez is an exceptional fighter, bigger, stronger, and a powerful puncher who knows how to time his opponents. However, just because Crawford is smaller doesn't mean he can't overcome those challenges. Crawford will come prepared with a game plan that forces his opponent to rely on their size. Brian McIntyre, who has guided Terence Crawford to world titles in 4 different weight divisions, will undoubtedly play a key role in crafting a strategy for Crawford against Canelo Alvarez.
Simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Terence gonna get in there and do what he needs to do. Perform.
Crawford defeated Israel Madrimov to claim the WBA title at 154 pounds, positioning himself as a contender for a fight against the Mexican icon, Canelo Alvarez. Throughout his career, Crawford has achieved significant milestones, but a victory over Canelo would be his most remarkable accomplishment. The super middleweight champion has only suffered 2 defeats against Dimitri Bivol and Floyd Mayweather, and it's the Bivol fight that Brian McIntyre will analyze closely if a bout between Crawford and Canelo takes place. "That's the fight I would go back and watch," McIntyre said, referring to Canelo vs. Bivol, during an appearance on the Luke Thomas YouTube channel.
Hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bull was going to beat Smith. It's real simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that.
I'd also examine Mayweather vs. Canelo, as WBN believes Crawford's name is on a short list for the Mexican superstar. After months of media speculation surrounding the potential clash, Crawford has shown relentless determination to secure the matchup, even willing to move up 2 weight classes to prove his dominance. Crawford is fully aware of the physical disadvantage he would face against Canelo, acknowledging that size will play a significant role in the fight. However, he remains confident in his ability to overcome this challenge and impose his boxing style. Some analysts have voiced skepticism about Crawford's ability to compete effectively at super middleweight. This stems, in part, from his most recent fight, a points victory over Israel Madrimov at super welterweight, which didn't deliver the dominant performance many anticipated.
Now, are we still waiting for that second fight to happen? I don't know, man. I don't know. They still got to work things out and see where they go from there.
I know Tim's name is floated around out there as an opponent. What do you want Crawford to do?
Butter stop him.
Despite these concerns, the potential bout between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has sparked the imagination of boxing fans. The combination of power, speed, technique, and charisma from both fighters sets the stage for what could be an unforgettable spectacle. Canelo Alvarez has established a tradition of fighting twice a year, once in May and again in September. Since 2022, he has scheduled his bouts in these months, with the September fight coinciding with Mexico's Independence Weekend. This year, speculation has grown as to who his next opponent will be, especially with a lack of interest in facing David Benavidez, the mandatory WBC 168 pounds challenger. As a result, Terence Crawford emerges as a strong option for Saul Alvarez in his first fight of the year. Although the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford seems more driven by media hype than competitiveness, Crawford fights at 154 pounds, 2 weight classes below the Guadalajara native. However, both Crawford and promoter Sheikh Turki Alik are working to persuade Alvarez to accept the fight, despite Alvarez previously requesting $150 million for the bout. Given the lack of competitiveness against Crawford and his evasiveness in facing David Benavidez at 175 pounds, Alvarez may consider other intriguing options for his 2025 ring return. One name that has been floated for Canelo is Christian Neely, a 29-year-old Frenchman with an undefeated 28-0 record. Neely recently defeated Sergei Derevyanchenko in August and would be a formidable contender for the WBC title.
Believes in hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bud was going to beat Spence.
With the IBF title not even on the line, the possibility of a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford in September has already been ruled out. William School, the undefeated IBF challenger with a 23-0 record, is an organization that removed the undisputed tag from Canelo for refusing to fight the Cuban and subsequently stripped him of his world title. Speaking to Fight Zone TV, Brian McIntyre offered a glowing assessment of the undefeated Crawford, who remains a strong contender for a potential bout with Canelo in either May or September. Crawford has all the tools to win a third weight class undisputed crown, McIntyre said. Any hardcore boxing fan knows Crawford can beat Canelo. You have to know boxing to be able to say that, McIntyre told Fight Zone.
What's your thoughts on that?
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, that's a challenge to me too, as a trainer. I want to try to, outthink Eddie Reynoso over there.
Regarding Conor Benn's performance, he said, "I think he looked like trash. I didn't watch the fight, some of the coaches were watching it while I was driving, and they just said he looked like trash. I know Pete Dobson really well, and he gave Ben a tough fight, but I don't think much of him. Ben, honestly, I don't know him. I hear his name, but that's about it."
It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Hey, Terence gonna get in there and do what he needs to do. Perform.
When asked about Conor Benn's claim that he wants to fight Tank Davis next, Brian McIntyre responded, "Why would he go down there and pick on guys at 135 and 141? Why not challenge fighters at 147 and 154 and call those guys out? If you really want to fight someone, fight the best." Regarding Tim Saya versus Keith Thurman, McIntyre added, "I think it's going to be a good fight. Sayo has the momentum, especially since Keith has been out for a while. It's a straightforward matchup. It's going to be a tough fight to predict right now, but I can see the edge going to Saya due to his momentum. Thurman hasn't had that same momentum, as it's like riding a bike, once you're at a high level, you stay there, but it takes time to regain that rhythm. As for Crawford moving up weight classes to face Canelo Alvarez, who do you think will win? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. That's all for now. For the latest updates on news, moments, events, and action in the world of boxing, stay connected by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.